So keep in mind that we'll be talking about not only homophobia, but also misogyny throughout this video, which may be triggering to some people, so viewers' discretion is advised.
Hip hop really is about, it seemed like it's about like fighting for your rights in the beginning, about speaking your mind and about breaking down barriers or whatever. But everybody in hip hop discriminates against gay people. To me, like, that's one of the standards of hip hop, is to be like, yo, you gay. Matter of fact, the exact opposite word of hip hop, I think, is gay. Like, yo, you play a record and it's like whack, that's gay, dog. You know, if it's good, that's that hip hop right there. You see what I'm saying? It's like the exact opposite. So it's like me speaking for my entire culture, or me looking at my rappers out there, hip hoppers discriminate against gay people. Yo, stop it, fam. Mm-hmm. Like seriously, that's really discrimination. To me, that's exactly what they used to do to black people.
Hip-hop is a culture where marginalized voices speak up and rebel against the norm. Many examples being how they bring out trends and styles, speak up against issues, or just straight up change how the music industry is as a whole, which is why it's important that that position is treated with respect, as generations of people are affected by what these rappers do. We should use this to either uplift our communities or express ourselves through art. We shouldn't use this platform to demean others or spread misinformation about things, but here we are. You've probably heard of the situation with Dababy and his rambling at a certain performance lately.
You didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2-3 weeks. Put a cell phone light in the fellas. Lights up. Fellas, if you ain't sucking nigga dick in the parking lot, put your cell phone lights in the
Let's be real about this shit.
Yeah, keep it fucking real.
Some of y'all niggas suspect as a motherfucker. Let's be real.
Not only did he spread misinformation about HIV, which made him sound like a homophobe from like 1980s or some shit, but he pretty much dissed gay people as a whole. And whether or not you believe me or agree with me doesn't matter, because it's up there. It's there. It's literally right there. And his hype man backs him up on this. It's kind of funny. He claims that this wasn't homophobic because the only gay people who listen to him are special.
Gay fans don't got fucking AIDS, stupid ass niggas. They don't got AIDS. My gay fans, they take care of themselves. They ain't going for that. They ain't no nasty gay niggas. You know what I'm saying? They ain't no junkies.
Whatever that means. He also claims that we shouldn't be able to criticize the event because the event was for the people at the show. That's fucking dumb, but whatever. He apologized like a week later by claiming that he was uneducated. Dababy is almost 30. Actually, how old is Dababy? Let me make sure that that's actually correct information. He's 29. Yeah, he's almost 30 years old, and he's worked with artists in the LGBT before. So is that really an excuse? Well, the hip-hop community isn't always known for being accepting of all people, which is ironic, but we'll get to that. Let's look at the people who defended Dababy. Before we talk about this, take a note about the people they bring up for absolutely no reason other than just to be homophobic. T.I. said that if Lil Nas X can kick his shit in peace, so should Dababy, which just seems like an excuse to be homophobic, but okay. He then said, why do words cause such a visceral reaction that would lead to someone trying to attack, villainize, demonize, crucify, condemn, and like, that shit is like, now you bullying, he continued. We all stood up on behalf of gays and lesbians and people in the gay community. What? Okay, because we thought it was some bullshit, y'all have to be bullied, but I don't think any of us did that to feel like you would now have the authority to come and bully us. Oh, you stood up for us LGBT people. Well, what about that time you said, man, I will say this, the funniest joke I ever heard Tracy say during a stand-up was, come on, man, I think gay people are too sensitive. If you can take a dick, you can take a joke. God, that's cringy. That's so cringy to say. I feel awful by saying that. That shit was funny to me, and it's kind of true. While T.I. makes clear that he supports anyone's sexual preferences, he then connects, in his opinion, a current oversensitivity among gay people with the consequential and ironic offense of the First Amendment. Oh, that was a handful of words. They're like, if you have an opinion against us, we're gonna shut you down. That's not American. If you're gay, you should have the right to be gay in peace, and if you're against it, you should have the right to be against it in peace. In other words, we should let people be homophobic. Yeah, okay. This sure does look like you're standing up for the LGBT. Yeah, you're standing up for the gay community is actually what I meant to say. Because apparently everyone in the LGBT is gay. Well, saying that, I can't believe you're saying they're all un-American for standing against homophobia. I guess that means it's also un-American to stand against any other like form of discrimination, including race, right? Because that would also be un-American. Let racist people be racist in peace. Yeah, that makes fucking sense. I'm sorry, I'm already getting mad. That's, it's cute, T.I. It's cute that you think we're dumb enough to believe anything you say after you got accused of sexual assault. Keep in mind that he and his wife have up to 11 allegations. So T.I., shut the fuck up. And Boosie. Fucking Boosie. Ain't no one asked for your opinion. The same nigga who hired a hooker for his 13-year-old. That's illegal, by the way. That's literal. You know what? I can't say that word on YouTube. You get the point. He released 2 separate videos that show him embarrassing himself by being homophobic without realizing it. Throwing shade to Lil Nas X for being gay, and throwing the F slur, and claiming in another video that there's some gay agenda, and soon it won't be straight to be normal. I mean, oops. And soon it won't be normal to be straight. Even if that was the case, that would only be a problem if you were homophobic. And don't be the type of person to say that we need hetero people to exist to keep humanity going forward, because that's a dumb statement. A very stupid and dumb statement, and you should be ashamed if you think that, if you genuinely think that. Especially in a world like this, where not only is it expensive, but it's literally immoral to have children in a timeline where climate change is about to kill us all. But enough about that. Let's move on to the point I'm trying to make with this video. Homophobia in rap is nothing new. And the fact that it took this long for people to finally take a stand against it means absolutely nothing. Especially with how many people are against it. You just go on Instagram, go in the comments, and you can see how many people are against it. I'm not gonna show it because of how how awful it is. It's legitimately awful. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't use Instagram for that exact reason. I've already played the Kanye video that said what needed to be said. Rap has an issue with toxic masculinity, which leads to anti-LGBT directions. I mean, look at the situation with 42 Doug after he gave his son a hickey. By the way, he apologized for this, by the way. Instead of talking about it, he kind of just deflected and became homophobic. If I say I'm not with that gay shit, that's where y'all should leave it. Quit trying to shove that shit down niggas' throats. Gay niggas be on national TV tugging down another hoe ass nigga, but that's okay though. Yeah, that is okay, 42 Doug. Giving your child a hickey is not, because it's a child. Your child. It's so dumb, dude. It's so dumb. This is the 3rd time they brought up Lil Nas X. What is their obsession with Lil Nas X? They just want to hit on this dude. We'll get to that in a second. I just wanted to mention the fact that this is the 3rd person in the world that we talked about who's mentioned Lil Nas X. Won't be the last either. Where were we at again? Oh yeah, y'all or no motherfucker on earth ain't finna keep me, or finna make me like shit I unlike. And if y'all don't like me, fuck y'all, get with me. Keep my son out y'all mouth, flat out, suck my dick, you gay bitches. I mean, the fact that we still use gay in a derogatory and negative connotation still shows that there's an underlying issue with this that people just choose to ignore. Lil Nas X is our knight in shining armor. He's hated on constantly by not only the hip-hop community, but get this, the right-wing conservatives. Now, yeah, you're right. I'm comparing them. I'm comparing hip-hop with right-wing conservatives, because fuck you. Are you mad? Anyways, the way that other rappers keep bringing him up is very similar to how right-wingers bring him up. Remember what Joyner Lucas said? That is literally something some political figure would have said, and I'm pretty sure I would have found something that said that. I've already said it. you know, proving my point even more. You know, they make the same arguments about how their First Amendment is getting destroyed. It's so funny, you know, just connecting the two. And I only found it out recently, and I feel like a lot of people are gonna be mad that I'm literally comparing I'm comparing rappers to right-wing conservatives. But it's there. Don't even get me started with the music itself, because niggas are still using F-slurs in music. But that's basically that. Now to wrap this section up, Dababy is a representation of everything that is wrong with hip-hop. And the situation with Megan will further prove this to be correct, okay? Hear me out. Now, I made a video about the situation with Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez, where he shot her and then deflected by using his blackness to get empathy from the internet. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to the discussion of racism, but when you're ignoring LGBT and black women as a whole, it kind of becomes parallel to something else. But back to Megan, that's a whole nother discussion to have. Megan Thee Stallion is really close to Dababy. They have songs together and even call each other the work husband and work wife, which is very romantic. But that was until recently, where Dababy went on to Tory's side for some reason. He basically made a song with him, retweeted a tweet giving doubt to Megan's situation, and then the worst of all, he brought out Tory Lanez during his Rolling Loud performance. Trojan Horse style too. None of us saw this shit coming. But at the same time, I'm not really surprised. Especially because of how black women are seen not only in the industry, but just in general. I've said it before and I'll say it again, black women are the most discriminated people out of everyone. A lot of rap music, especially, are so against them and treat them almost inhumanely. It is disgusting how normalized it is, and there is nothing we can do about it because it's just music. Keep in mind, rappers are leaders for the youth and people look up to them. This is best represented by Lupe Fiasco's song called Bitch Bad, where he goes into depth about this. You may not believe me, but all you have to do is go onto the Instagram accounts on anything about Megan Thee Stallion, and it's so bad that I can't even show you it. Just do it yourself, and if you disagree with me, then I will legitimately DM you of how disgusting the people over there are. This easily parallels how right-wing conservatives treat women, and I'm sorry to bring that up, but, you know, I have to complete the circle somehow. I guess to kind of end the video off, this is more of a criticism of the whole genre itself and the people involved with it, because they should know better. If we're going to be here to talk about how we shouldn't be, you know, hating on each other, but then you hate on other people, then I don't feel like that's okay, and that's something that we should speak up about, you know? And I know people are gonna tell me that I'm wrong, but you can go fuck yourself. So there's that. Because this shit is way much more deeper than I'm making it out to be. This is as shallow as I can get when it comes to this shit. Because this shit is very serious. I have family members who definitely will never accept me if I ever came out as gay or even changed my gender identity. So it's something that I'm very vocal about because of how much experience I got in this shit. So don't come to me to tell me that I don't know my shit when I do. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. With the whole Dababy thing, I guess the biggest way to kind of solve this is education. As you can say, Dababy was uneducated apparently, and you know, reached out asking for that education, and then people are reaching out to him. Depending on if he takes it or not will show whether or not he's willing to improve on that. Especially because since he got dropped from a lot of these things, this could be just a publicity stunt or a PR move to make himself look better. But basically what I'm trying to say is that the hip-hop community has a lot of issues within itself. And it's not just the hip-hop community, it's the black community as a whole. It has a lot of issues within itself that we need to solve by working together. By teaching our children what is right and not what is wrong. Because that is the only thing that's making it worse. The misogyny, the homophobia, the transphobia, all the phobias, the anti-Semitism, I didn't even get to that. It all needs to stop. Okay, it legitimately needs to stop because it's ironic. It's ironic. You know, we need to fight for each other, yet we fight each other. And that's all I gotta say about that. This is probably the most controversial video I've ever made, but it's something that needs to be talked about. I don't see enough people talking about it, so here I am, talking about it, giving my thoughts out. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I don't die because of it.